this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I wanted to show you how to make the KFC Spice Blend so that you can make delicious KFC chicken in the air fryer. Well, before we dive into this recipe, I just wanted to suggest that you head over to RecipeThis.com. We've got more than 1,200 kitchen gadget recipes, including recipes for the air fryer, instant pot, slow cooker, soup maker, bread maker, microwave, Ninja Foodie, and many others. We also have a free weekly newsletter, which you can find on the homepage of RecipeThis.com, or you can find it on RecipeThis.com/newsletter. And there you can get our best kitchen gadget recipes sent to your inbox every Friday morning. Now on with this KFC Spice Blend, I'm sure you want to know what ingredients are used in a traditional KFC spice. First of all, salt and pepper. You'll always notice when you try KFC chicken that it's very high on the pepper. It's that little extra kick it gives. So you would add more pepper than you would if you were doing a generalised fried chicken. And then for seasonings, sweet paprika, oregano, parsley, thyme, bouquet garni, any kind of chicken or poultry seasoning that you've got, chives, garlic, and a little cayenne pepper. I find that the garlic granules are quite high in salt, so I don't recommend adding much of that. The cayenne can make it really spicy if feeding family recipe. For example, I wouldn't give it to my grandma because it'd blow her head off if I put too much of this in. So I always organise them like this when I'm making my spice blend, because all of these, you would use the equivalent of 2 tablespoons. All of those, you would use the equivalent of 1 tablespoon. And for those, you'd use the equivalent of 1/4 of a tablespoon. So it's very easy to remember. Though, of course, if you head over to RecipeThis.com, we've got a free printable recipe card for you there so that you can download it yourself. And then also back to the ingredients. I'm subbing the tarragon for extra bouquet garni. This is because my husband's actually allergic to tarragon and he can't eat KFC chicken. So what we do is we alter it slightly so that he can have KFC chicken in the air fryer at home. So just note that if you've got some sort of allergy to any herbs or spices, that you can mix and match it and still make yummy KFC chicken. So I recommend you start with your lot with the most in. So that was sweet paprika. Now we're on with the oregano. Next is parsley. And then after parsley, it's our last one from the first row, and that is thyme. Or if you're in Spain or Portugal, it would be tomillo. And then I'm just going to place those back there, because then if you want to make some more, let's say you've done some and you're thinking, oh, that's not enough for what I'm cooking with, then what you can do is you just carry on adding to it until you've got enough. And then these are the ones that is half that amount, so a tablespoon there of chives. Tablespoon there of bouquet garni, and then the chicken seasoning. This can be any poultry seasoning, so whatever you've got in. And then the final one, the cayenne. Like I say, it's very spicy, so you only want a little bit. We're feeding a 5 and a 7-year-old, so we're keeping it down to this level, but you can add more depending on who you're feeding. And then for the garlic, you can add a little bit more than that if you want. It's totally up to you how much garlic powder you want. It carries quite a lot of salt, and you're adding salt and pepper anyway, so you don't want to add too much. And then if you keep your rows spread out like that, like I said, in case you want to add more, and then you just left with salt and pepper. And pepper, like I said, it's more authentic to KFC the more pepper you add. So that's the pepper. So now you've got your main seasonings in there that make up your KFC chicken. And we've also done several KFC chicken recipes, both as videos and on Recipe This. So if you want to search recipethis.com for KFC, you'll find this and loads of other ones as well. So just give it a good mix. And that is a good mixture of seasoning. It depends how much you're making, because we're making quite a lot of KFC chicken, and it's nice to keep some for later. So that's how much it generates from doing the recipe that we got on the blog. You can of course double or triple it, however you want. And then I recommend, if you're keeping them and wanting to reuse them, that you have something similar to this to store them in. And then, as you can see, that's how much it actually makes when you put it into a jar. And then you can place the lid on it, you can give it a good shake, and then if it's not mixed properly, then that'll do the trick. And then of course you can write on it to tell people what it is, so that it can just land in your pantry. So KFC Spice Blend. And then you can add the label to the side. And then you've got perfect KFC Spice Blend ready to go. And then we'll show you shortly how to turn it into KFC chicken. So I've just been filling up my jar. So what I've done is I've done the recipe 4 times now. And now you can see how much you've got in this jar. And then what you can do is, if you don't want any KFC chicken now, you can just leave this in your pantry with your other herbs and spices, and then you've got KFC chicken rub ready to go. Or what you can do is you can load it straight into your breadcrumbs now and make some KFC chicken. The choice is yours. And of course, don't forget to check out the rest of our KFC chicken recipes, both videos and over on recipethis.com, because we've got loads of KFC chicken, all of which use this. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Recipe This family. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Pinterest. We also have a weekly newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter, where we share with you our latest kitchen gadget recipes, what we're cooking in the Milner kitchen, and so much more. As well as this, we recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then whenever we have a new video, you will be the first to know. And if you want to know about all our future videos, then I recommend you hit the bell for instant notifications. But even better, we now have a podcast. It's called Magic with Gadgets. Simply search Magic with Gadgets on your favourite podcast player and you'll find us there.